Let's be honest, nobody wakes up one day and magically becomes a business genius. There's no secret download, no install update button for your brain. But here's the truth most people miss. High-level business thinking isn't talent, it's habit. And the difference between someone struggling at N0 and someone building real income, it's how they think daily. So today I'll show you 5 habits that quietly increase your business IQ. And if you actually apply them, your decision-making, money moves, and strategy will level up fast. Before we go deeper, if you like content that actually sharpens your mind and your money, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. Because this channel is where thinking gets upgraded, not just motivated. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see business very differently. Habit 1, think in systems, not hustle. Most people approach business like this. Let me just work harder. Let me just grind more. Let me just try everything. That's not strategy, and that's stress with Wi-Fi. High business IQ individuals don't chase effort. They build systems. Instead of asking, how can I make money today? They ask, how can I create something that keeps making money, even when I sleep? Big difference. Example, a low-level thinker sells one product manually every day. A high-level thinker builds a funnel, automates messages, and lets the system handle 80% of the work. One is working in the business. The other is designing the business. And here's the funny part. The hard worker is usually more tired and more broke, because effort without structure is like pouring water into a basket. Let me make it even clearer. Imagine cooking every single time you're hungry versus owning a restaurant that serves people all day. One feeds you, the other builds wealth. That's the power of systems. So from today, shift your question. Stop asking, what should I do next? Start asking, what system can I build so I don't have to keep doing this? That single mindset shift alone can 10x your business IQ. Habit 2, study people more than products. Let me expose something quickly. Most entrepreneurs are obsessed with products. What should I sell? Which niche is hot? What's trending? Meanwhile, smart entrepreneurs are studying people. Because people don't buy products, they buy emotions, solutions, and status. If you understand human behavior, you can sell almost anything. That's why someone can sell water for $100, and another person sells the same water for $1,000 with premium packaging. Same product, different psychology. High business IQ means you understand why people click, why people ignore, why people trust, why people hesitate. And sometimes, why people buy things they don't even need. Funny enough, the real business isn't selling, it's understanding. Let's be real. People don't wake up and say, I want to buy a product. They wake up thinking, I have a problem. If you become the solution, money follows you like a loyal friend. So instead of spending 5 hours designing your logo, spend 2 hours reading comments, watching reactions, studying what people complain about. Because complaints equal opportunities. If you can understand what frustrates people, you're already halfway to making money. Habit 3, make fast decisions. Then adjust fast. There are 2 types of people in business, the overthinker and the executor. The overthinker will watch 50 YouTube videos, read 10 books, ask 7 friends, still do nothing. Meanwhile, the executor already tested 3 ideas and failed twice. Guess who learns faster? High business IQ is not about always being right. It's about being fast enough to learn before others. Because in business, speed beats perfection. Let me say that again. Speed beats perfection. You don't need perfect ideas. You need tested ideas. Even big companies make wrong decisions, but they adjust quickly. Low-level thinking, what if this fails? High-level thinking, what will I learn if it fails? And here's the twist. Most people delay decisions because they're afraid of embarrassment. But in reality, nobody is watching you that closely. People are too busy worrying about their own problems. Let me add something funny. Some people plan so much, if planning paid salary, they'd be billionaires by now. But unfortunately, execution is what pays. So stop overthinking. Take action. Collect feedback. Adjust. That loop. Action. Feedback. Adjustment is what builds real business IQ. If you've gotten value so far, pause for a second. Drop a comment. I'm upgrading my thinking. Hit like so more people can see this, and subscribe if you're serious about building real business intelligence, not just consuming motivation. Let's continue. Habit 4. Track numbers like your life depends on it. Let's talk about something most people avoid. Numbers, I know. Not sexy, not exciting, but extremely powerful. Because business is not guesswork. It's math. Not vibes. Not assumptions. Not, I feel like this will work. Real business is numbers talking back to you. If you don't track your number, you're not running a business, you're gambling. And gambling might give you lucky moments, but it will never give you consistent results. High business IQ individuals know how much they spend, how much they earn, where customers come from, what converts, what doesn't. And they don't just know it once, and they monitor it consistently, daily, weekly, monthly. They treat their numbers like a doctor treats a patient's vital signs. Because one wrong trend ignored today can become a serious problem tomorrow. While others are saying, I think it's working, they are saying, I know what's working. And there's a big difference between thinking and knowing. Thinking is emotional. Knowing is factual. Thinking says, this post feels good. Knowing says, this post brought 73% of my sales. Imagine running ads and not knowing which one brings results. That's like throwing money into the ocean and hoping fish will send you a thank you message, maybe even with a receipt. It sounds funny, but that's exactly what most people are doing. Let's be honest, hope is not a business strategy. Data is. Even if you're just starting, track something. Views, clicks, sales, engagement. Start simple, but start. Because small data today becomes powerful insight tomorrow. Because what gets measured gets improved. And here's something deeper. When you track your numbers, you stop taking things personally. If something fails, it's not I'm bad, it's this strategy didn't work. That shift alone protects your confidence. Funny enough, the more you understand your numbers, the less emotional your decisions become, and that's dangerous in a good way. Because now you're not reacting, you're responding intelligently. Because emotional decisions lose money. Data-driven decisions build wealth. Habit 5. Learn to sit alone and think. This one is underrated, but powerful. In a world full of noise, notifications, social media, opinions, trends, most people never sit down and actually think. They react, but they don't reflect. They scroll, they consume, they compare, but they rarely pause and ask themselves meaningful questions. High business IQ requires thinking time, not distracted thinking, not thinking while checking your phone. Real, intentional, uninterrupted thinking. Time to ask, what's actually working in my life? What am I doing wrong repeatedly? What should I stop doing immediately? Because not all progress comes from doing more. Some progress comes from doing less, but better. From removing distractions. From cutting off what's not producing results. Let me say something real. If your phone battery dies, you panic. You start looking for a charger like your life depends on it. But when your mind is constantly distracted, overloaded, and unfocused, you don't even notice. That's a problem. Your mind is your most valuable business tool, and most people leave it on low battery every day. Funny enough, some of your biggest breakthroughs won't come from watching another video. They'll come from silence, from clarity, from finally connecting the dots in your own mind. That moment when everything suddenly makes sense. That doesn't happen in noise. It happens in stillness. Even 20 minutes of focused thinking daily can separate you from 90% of people. Because while others are distracted, reacting to trends, chasing noise, copying blindly, you're designing your next move. Strategically, intentionally, powerfully. And over time, that habit compounds into sharper decisions, clearer vision, and better results. So here's the truth. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You don't need a business degree. You don't need to know everything. But if you build these 5 habits, thinking in systems, understanding people, acting fast, tracking numbers, taking time to think, your business IQ will naturally increase. And when your thinking improves, your results follow. Because money doesn't respond to effort, it responds to strategy. So the question is simple. Are you just working harder? Or are you thinking smarter? Because in business, the smartest thinker usually wins, and now you know how they think. If this changed your perspective even a little, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, drop a comment on which habit you're starting today, and subscribe for more content that actually moves you forward. Because here, we don't just watch content, we upgrade minds.